What's good? My name is Tish Collins, and I pray that life is being kind to y'all. If this your first time coming across my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, I appreciate you so much. My channel is not a niche, it's titled Life's Journey because I'm literally putting whatever journey I'm currently on in my life right in front of y'all. Alright, so let's dive into this topic. In this video, I will be sharing with y'all 3 journaling techniques that I use to help clear my mental space, and hopefully you can use them as well, especially if you are in a place where you feel like you don't have anybody that you can be vulnerable with, or maybe you just don't trust anybody enough to be vulnerable with them, but then you also may not be able to get a therapist. You know what I'm saying? So these 3 techniques are what I use to clear my mental space, especially when I am drowning in my depression and my suicidal thoughts. Like, these are the things that help me, so I'm bringing it to you in case there's a chance it can help you too. So let's dive right into it. All right, so the first form of journaling is just putting the pen to the paper. So you just grab you a pen, a notebook, scrapbook, whatever you want to write in, and journal in it. All right. So this is the form of journaling that I do the most because writing is actually therapeutic for me, and it allows me to really sit in my emotions, sit in my feelings, sit in whatever is going on in my mind to actually process, then release it on the paper, and then process after to see where I started when I first started journaling and where I ended up after I finished journaling. So an example of that would be like if I'm journaling and before I even start journaling, I'm crying, my mind is all over the place. There's this specific thing that just will not leave me. So then I journal about it, and then at the end of my journaling, I see if I still feel the same way about whatever the issue was at the beginning as I do at the end of my journaling. So I just kind of use it to help me stay stable for sure, but then to also just kind of keep track of where I am within my process, especially on the day-to-day basis, because that's where I am right now, just taking everything 1 second at a time, one day at a time. I can't even focus on nothing else because like I'm literally fighting for my life in real time. So I'm just doing whatever I can on a day-to-day basis to stay focused. So now when you do the pen to the paper journaling, you can do it however you want to do it. I free write. So whatever is on my mind at that particular point in time, or maybe it was something that was keeping me up the night before and I couldn't sleep because of it, that's what I'm journaling about. However, you could do journal prompts. You can write a letter to somebody who may have hurt you. You could say things that you probably can't say or don't want to say out loud. Like, you could do all that in here. And then too, I like the pen to the paper because let's say you say something, you get it out, then you could tear it up, throw it in the trash, or whatever you want to do with it. Just as long as you know you said it and you wrote it and you put it somewhere, you released it somewhere. So that's the idea here for us to stop drowning mentally and put it somewhere, to release it somewhere so that we know that we got it out, so that we can release our mental space, because a lot be going on up here, especially when you're going through a lot, you're dealing with a lot, you're drowning. So we need to release and put it somewhere. So yeah, I really love this form because it definitely helps. This is a great tool, especially if you are like me and you don't like being vulnerable with people. And let me be clear, because I be vulnerable with y'all and I be vulnerable on the camera. But what I'm talking about is literally sitting down with somebody and telling them step by step by step what's going on in my life, what's taking a huge toll on me, what's got me this low to where I'm having unaliving thoughts, suicidal thoughts, or whatever the case is. That type of vulnerable I will not be. That is what my journaling is for. So when y'all see my vulnerability, y'all know that I'm battling something. Y'all know that something has me down, but at the same token, y'all don't know what the things are. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving y'all just enough, if that makes sense. So yeah, definitely try this form of journaling if writing is your thing. All right, the second form of journaling is video journaling. Now, this could be off-putting for some people because you're literally just sitting in front of the camera talking. However, it's not as bad for me because I'm already doing it. Like with this video, I'm already doing it, right? However, I love video journaling for the days that I do not feel like writing anything, right? I journal with the pen and the paper every single day. However, some days I will come and write like 1 or 2 sentences in my journal. And then another thing about me writing is I don't like to force anything. So if I don't really have anything to say outside of I am grateful and I'm in my gratitude and my thankfulness, then that's it. I'm not going to force anything if it's not ready to come out or be released. You know what I'm saying? And so on the days where I just do not feel like writing, I would just prop up my camera and start talking. And here go an example of what I mean right here. I'm just not fond of the human experience. Like, I'm really at the point to where I think that I done seen enough. Like, I done dealt with enough. I done had enough. And I think that for the first time in my life, I am genuinely, and it's kind of scary when I think about it, I am genuinely so at peace with never being here again. Like, I'm at the point to where I no longer care about how it's going to affect other people. I no longer care about, I just don't care. When I do my video journaling, I'm just talking like I'm talking to my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just getting whatever I need to say out so that I know I said it. I need a therapist, and I'm trying my best to get a therapist, but I'm just in a space where I'm not going to sit down and talk to anybody about anything that I'm going through. So until I'm able to get my therapist, I am doing video journaling just so that I know I said it somewhere. If putting the pen to the paper is not your thing, then maybe you could try video journaling. However, if video journaling is not your thing, then you could try this third technique. The third technique is to open up the notes section of your phone and just, it's almost like you're texting yourself. Right? So I love this form of journaling, especially if it's like 2, 3, 4 in the morning. I don't feel like getting up to actually go get my physical journal and I don't feel like talking. Then I would just text myself in the note section of my phone to also just be able to get it out that way. Now, with my note section in my phone, I make sure that that note is locked. Okay? I would highly recommend locking your note. Just so that can't nobody get into it, just so that can't nobody go and read your thoughts or whatever the case is. So if putting the pen to the paper is not your thing, if propping up the camera and talking to yourself is not your thing, then maybe the texting version of the release could be your thing. Now, again, my sole purpose for doing any one of these 3 techniques is so that I can release anything that's going on in my mind. I don't want to suppress anything. I don't want it to come up as one thing and I suppress it and then it just come up as something worse. Like, I'm not trying to deal with all of that. So whatever situation I'm in, I try to like make sure that I do at least one of those journaling techniques, but every day I'm journaling in some type of way, some form. So if you're battling something mentally, it doesn't even have to be mentally. If you're battling whatever, we all going through something, we learning from things, and we're just trying to do the best we can at life. So maybe one of these techniques will help you. I really hope that it does. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I just wanted to hit y'all with those 3 techniques real quick, just in case it might be able to help somebody. Just kind of tell y'all like how I do it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you have anything to say, just go ahead, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to get back to you. You can connect with me on all social media platforms at I am Tish Collins. I pray that today in life is being kind to you. And if it isn't, then I pray that tomorrow and every day after will be. Y'all keep your head up out there. We all just doing the best we can with what we got. Just keep going. Just keep going. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and I'll top it up with y'all later.